Alright, hi guys. I don't usually do this over video, so I thought it'd be interesting to do this reading over video. So, here you go. My happy? This is for you. I've already shuffled, focused on you. Okay, your first card is the Strength card, and that represents the entire situation that is going on in your life right now. The basic situation. Or, well, the biggest. It's the major arcana, and it is a strength. And she has the lion on her. So you're either gaining a lot of strength in this situation, or you are needing a lot of strength for something, to do something, to get out of something, to walk away from something. So this is what crosses you for the good or the bad, and that's the Princess of Pentacles. And this is below you, the Four of Wands, and that represents something that has become already a part of your experience. And right here we have the Dancer, who is about ready to take off in flight. A lot of musical composers use to title dance and songs, like beautiful pieces of dance. They use the bird metaphor to represent that specific quality. Okay, and this is what may happen in the future. It's only a possibility of what could happen if you stay on the current path you're on. You are going to be bound by some type of very, very strong force, and that's represented by the devil. Not the real literal devil at all. Basically, I kind of get more of a legal action, job. It's more of a job. The dancing, the strength, and that can't always be a good thing, to be stuck with, chained down to the situation that you're currently in. So you do have those options to actually get out of it. So this card, the Fool, the beginning. So you are obviously going to take the Princess of Pentacles. You're going to take her advice with the Strength card. You're going to draw from that. You're going to draw your strength. So with this, and then the Fool up here, which, well, definitely, I can't promise you definitely, but the Fool represents new beginnings, a new outlook, a completely different, from what I see here, a completely different new path, a new source of income. So it could be quite a few things with the Fool. That's just your new beginning. So you do have the strength in you that you don't think you have. Now the Princess, she's a messenger, so she is telling me, okay, Pentacles obviously represent money, so that has to do with material wealth. Material wealth isn't always money though, so it could be clothes, personal items, anything like that within that realm. And so she is telling, let's see, so nature, she's very nature, so that's very Virgo right there. So with that card, and I know you're not a Virgo, I know you're not a Virgo, so with the Princess of Pentacles, with her advice, watch your money, kind of guard your personal belongings is what I kind of feel. This card though is really good. So the Four of Wands, which is the dance, so literally she's about to take off into flight. That could be a good thing or a bad thing when it is paired with the devil. So strength, the Princess of Pentacles, you are going to be drawing strength. This could represent a person too, a woman particularly. If this is not a woman, it's a man, and he will take the guise, or she will take the guise of a man, and this man will be more effeminate and have a very strong understanding of women. We can all know what kind of man that is. So it's pretty good. I see you changing from this. You've already had this experience in your life, so this is just something that you can draw more strength from to really literally combat the negative forces that are tying you down. So once you break free of those chains, the Fool, you become the Fool again. So the Fool is spirit on the verge of manifestation. So this is definitely going to come into being. So if you do follow these and you get out of whatever chains you are, it's funny that it right next to Baphomet, but that's no comparison to Baphomet. So when you do, and I think you will, get out of that situation, whatever's binding you, whatever has you trapped, it could be mental, entrapment. It's a very scary thing, so I know about that. I kind of sense here too, from dance, I kind of get a feeling of, since the Strength card, she is only covered by a cloth. She has a cloth with a lion on it. So, and she's naked, so that kind of tells me about dancing. You've learned quite a bit from past experiences with the Four of Wands. So with the Devil, I do see you getting out of whatever it is. And then the Fool, once you do break those chains, the Fool, the spirit on the verge of manifestation, you will pretty much be freed from whatever it is that you're not. I mean, mental chains, people, negative surroundings. And then this is actually a kind of like, once you're unbound, unchained mentally, I feel like it's more mental. This right here, you are going to be brought up to more of a spiritual experience with this card, with the Fool. So this is right here, creation about to happen. So something definitely good is going to come from all of this. Whatever has happened will come, definitely something good will come out of that. Alright, now, no, this is behind you. So this is an influence that is currently passing out of your life right now. That could still be pretty relevant or dominant. This has recently passed away, so chains have passed away, leading you up to the Fool. That will possibly happen if you take the advice from the Strength card, the Princess, and the Four of Wands to break away from that, all the negative. And I still feel like it's people. Definitely like a spiritual, you're cut off, maybe. The Fool. And then this one, the Nine of Swords, that which will definitely happen in the future, depending on your actions. So if you do break through all of this, you come to the realization of the Fool. This is the womb where creation becomes possible. We have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords shows just a little bit of information, not much information. So the Nine of Swords basically shows me, well, even though you are getting out of all of this negativity right now, all of the negativity that's happening around you, and I kind of think it's from this dancing. I really do feel like it's from this. The strength you have, there are going to be quite a few people that want to mentally mindfuck you. So that's what the swords are. We do have the serpent here, and the serpent is of knowledge. So obviously somebody is trying to give you false knowledge. That's what I feel from this card. Ruin. The sky is very blazing with fire. So it could possibly mean, you leaving this stuff, this stuff behind. It's like the basic, you leave something behind, you start anew. and then you're always going to have, somebody, stabbing you in the back. You're always going to have, even if it's your own thoughts, where you're trapped inside of your own mind. So you have to break free from those mental chains in order for the spirit of manifestation to emerge within you. But I see here there could be possible, yeah, I feel like there's going to be some issues. Quite a few. So, if you feel like you're being completely trapped in your own mind, that's going to break free. You are going to definitely break free from that. So all you have to do is use that strength that you have gathered from all of these previous experiences, relationships, jobs, dancing. So whichever it is, you will break free with the Fool. But you are going to have to face some criticism, negative criticism, maybe even PTSD. Very mental with the swords. So just go slow, go very slow. You don't have to, instantly wake up tomorrow and say, hey, I gotta change my entire life just because of a tarot reading. No, you don't. So just take it slow. Take the advice of the Princess of Pentacles. Watch your money. Watch your things, your material things. Yes, definitely watch your material things. And we have the Rose of Passion here. So we have a lot of passion. You're very passionate, you're very fiery. So we have the strength. And this, the Princess of Pentacles is saying, use that strength. Use what you have learned from your past so you can get around all of this. And then it'll make it that much more easier when this, the Nine of Swords, comes to be. If you have, a mental block, or you're mentally trapped by depression, anxiety, PTSD, it feels like your world is crumbling in. Possibly may happen. So it's up to you. Okay, we have the Star, the Lovers, the Two of Pentacles, and then we have the Sun as our last card. So the Sun is the outcome, which is a very, very, very good. Where did my crystal go? There it is. Okay, that's Baphomet's crystal. I don't remember which cards mean what. Let me see here really quick. The placement of the cards. I hate these spreads. Well, that doesn't make any sense. This doesn't help me. None of this. They don't even have a Celtic cross. Okay, this is ridiculous. They don't have the Celtic cross in here. Maybe it's at the beginning of the book. No, it's not at the beginning of the damn book. Alright, I do have my other very old tarot book. Alright, I think this is your hopes and dreams. I'm certain almost. Okay, so okay, so this is number 6. So number 6. Wow, that's a really old book. Alright, so your number 6 card is it's number 7, sorry. Okay, number 7 is what you fear. So the negative feelings that you have about your current situation, which is the Star. The Star pretty much shows me that you could be afraid of losing that spirituality. You could be afraid of basically losing everything off of your body. So that's, I'm going to give you a more of an in-depth. Alright, so Alright, so the star is one of the most auspicious cards in this deck. It is pure hope, unstained by arrogance. So, your hope, your dreams, your wishes, wish upon a star, that's what you are afraid of. You are afraid that that might not happen. I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, it is a major arcana card. So, it's pure hope, unstained by arrogance, disappointment, and doubt. So, hope before the solidifying act of faith, fluid and inspired. Now that is what the Fool represents, the spirit on the verge of manifestation. And then we go to manifestation of the Nine of Swords, the mental depression. It could be bipolar, it could be PTSD, everything that I've mentioned earlier, which then comes down to this, your fears. So, you could fear actually losing the positivity that you give birth, literally, that you give birth to, or you manifest in your life. So that would be with the Nine of Swords, and then the Fool, down to the Star. So it's kind of connecting, if you can see how it all connects. So the Star, so the hope of the Star is not grounded in material or psychological desire. It is the thought of salvation or enlightenment, the hope for the good of all beings. So that really could be what you are fearing. I mean, you could fear your loss of feeling the divine within. So the Star illuminates the divinity in everyone and everything. It is the realm of miracles. Okay, so even though everything is kind of dark, that is something that you possibly could fear. Because that's a dark card, but it's also a very good card. The blueness denotes, basically, these cards are very Hindu, which I love, and Buddhist. So this card basically shows me, that you are either, you could be afraid of happiness, or your dreams coming true. The miracle of, joy, you could be afraid of that. But I don't think that is something that you should be afraid of. So after all of the negativity, kaboom, right there. So the experience of the Star card can be one of those days when you wake up joyous for no special reason, a day when the faces of people on the street are beautiful, even with the suffering that marks them. So the experience of the Star can be of divine ecstasy. So, being completely happy, being completely content when everything goes well, that is a very common fear for a lot of people. For me, even me, if everything is going really good, I'm very scared. What's going to happen? Am I getting hit by a bus if I cross the street? That kind of thing. Everything is going good, great. Fuck, it's gonna break bad. So that could be a really big fear. Okay, so then we have the Lovers, and that is your family opinion, the card space. So this represents the opinions and influence of family and friends on you in this particular situation. So the Lovers right here. Okay, so the Lovers, their kiss actually generates a star, which is the Star of David above their heads. Divine compassion, divine love, all divinity, creation. So do people want to see you actually get with somebody and have babies? That's what I see. That, or they just want you to be happy. We have the birds down here. We have the lily of purity. We have the stars. Literally, they glimmer, they shine, they sparkle. So, basically, I mean, just your family and your friends. I'm leaning more towards friends, close friends. Want you to be happy. They want you to be with somebody. Even if it's not, a physical relationship, they want to see you. I mean, if I kind of get the feeling that there are friendships that have been broken because of the Devil card and because of the past. Certain things have been damaged, and then your friend's opinion on this situation would be basically the Lovers is society as we know it, as perceived by ourselves. So let me give you a little more in-depth with the Lovers, if I can find them. Alright, so yes, so the image of the Lovers plays a role in all of human life, whatever our lifestyle or orientation. So it can torment us with the reminder of unrequited love, widowhood, or loneliness. It can inspire devotion in a lover or a husband or a wife or in a celibate who yearns to unite with the divine. So that's pretty freaking good. So we have the urge for a partner. A mate is often expressed as a wish for completion. The spouse is called the other half. So, where'd I go? So this is pretty much the other half, implying that wholeness is in the couple together and not in the individual, which I disagree with completely. So by itself, each element in a dualistic formula is incomplete. So, there we go. Alright, so the Emperor is a cold, tyrannical father without the softening influence of the Empress. The Empress is an overindulgent mother without the discipline of the Emperor. So, we often are attracted to those. We have traits that we feel we are lacking in ourselves. So, a mature love relationship between friends or lovers is one which the partners are able to share. They're able to share each other's qualities without expecting the entire relationship to solve all the problems and fulfill every single need that came from the past. So, it is not a romantic fantasy. So it is the readiness to love and to be loved. So it can indicate a lovable and loving person, the self, or someone other. So that's actually a really, really, really good card. So you really need to take Princess of Pentacles advice. Even though, this could be still a fragment, a remnant, residual energy building up around you. The Fool, Spirit on the verge of manifestation, new journeys, new ventures. You have your something at you, nagging at you. A guardian maybe, making sure that you don't slip back down the cross and end up in these situations again. So the Lovers, and then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is hopes. And this represents your own hopes and ideals in this whole entire matter. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles. Here I see. Juggling. What are you juggling financially? What are you trying to juggle financially? So, okay. Right, he's got 1 foot on the land, then he's got 1 foot in the water. So spiritually, you could be walking in two worlds, feeling kind of off, generated by the Lovers possibility. Let me see. Alright, now. So the snake has appeared in cultures as a symbol of evil, so we do have the serpent down here. He's really not aware of it, he's more looking down towards the bird. So, a symbol of evil and temptation, so, as well as of wisdom. So Jesus said, literally, this is what Jesus said. Alright, so, be wise as the serpent and gentle as doves. So the devil took the guise of a serpent when he tempted Eve to eat the tree of knowledge. Actually, no, it was not a serpent. So, Naga, supernatural snakes, guard wisdom and teachings in Asia. Dragons, giant fire-breathing snakes, hoard huge Nordic stashes of gold. So they vaporize anyone who takes even a penny's worth. So, that is basically what you're hoping for. So, these myths from different ends of the earth have in common the earth-dwelling snake is a guardian of a treasure, spiritual or material. So going back to this, it could be a spiritual matter, it could be a material matter, money, or things. So, Okay, so that can be won only by a virtuous and gifted person. So your virtue, everything you've learned from all of this past situation, strength, the Emperor, the Princess of Pentacles, she's the mouthpiece for strength, to tell you to be wise. Where'd I go? So one who is able to share with the community the riches gained. So the form of the boy's dance is echoed by the 2 pentacles on his shirt. So give and take, yin and yang. So we share in dancing, in giving gifts, in teaching, in serving others, whether they are human, plant, or animal, in all sorts of ways that are fortunately accessible to all of us. So the 2 of coins, or pentacles, brings opportunities for complementary opposites. So, to meet, teacher with student, healer with diseased, diseased, parent with child, woman with man, need with income, patron with artist, boredom with exciting changes. Possibly there will be a conflict of interest, causing some embarrassment, and the need to reshuffle priorities. So, I think you have all of that within you. All of that past knowledge, experience, strength, your shield. You've got a shield. You have armor on. That is a good card. That is a very good card. Alright, now the Sun, it represents your outcome, depending on if you take the advice of the Princess of Pentacles with the strength to transform into the good, so you can actually beat whatever comes your way. So the Sun is of day and night. So it is of day and night. New hope, new beginnings. Pretty amazing stuff. I mean, pretty amazing stuff. So let's see. Give you a little more. Let's see, what's that? The Sun. Alright, so. Alright, now for the Sun. So, the Sun can shine with brilliant intensity. So, the solar type can be filled with passion, unlike the Piscean lunar type. The Sun child will not hide or be lost in his or her emotions. So, the solar type relishes all with everyone, and natural charisma ensures an eager and devoted audience. Leo, ruled by the Sun, is the astrological sign most connected with show business. So like lunar qualities, solar qualities are beautiful and balanced. So objectivity is warmed by patriotism, and loyalty. Reason is deepened with intuition, a sense of right and wrong. Right here, the 2 conflicting, well, opposites. Okay, a sense of right and wrong is graced by compassion. So Tibetan Buddhist iconography represents the moon as the soothing, the cooling effect of compassion on the troubled mind, which would be in the 9 of Swords. So we have pretty good. We have the moon in the background here too. So it is of day and night. So you get both of the best worlds, literally. Okay. Where did I go? So soothing a troubled mind, cooling effect of compassion on the troubled mind, whereas the Sun represents the fearless and intense quality of wisdom that burns away the obscurations that prevent us from realizing the wondrous nature of the mind. So I think with that card, you will take the Fool's advice from the Princess of Pentacles. You will overcome any kind of mental anguish, coming out on top with the Sun. So that's a pretty good card, especially for your final card. Alright, so the Sun card indicates a balanced, objective person with a strict sense of honor. As a companion, this person would be passionate but discreet and honest, sometimes painfully so. So the Sun can herald a flamboyant person, a teller of tall tales, an entertaining and charming braggart. whatever that word is. The glare of the spotlight is to this person rays of beneficent sunshine. So fearlessness is a trait that all solar types share. The sun may bring a daredevil, a soldier, or anyone who is unafraid for their to fight for their cause. So that could very well be what is going on. So, yeah, anyone, to fight for their cause or for a share of the loot. The sun can be a physician, as was whatever son of the Greek solar god Apollo. So the sun, it usually points to generally good health. And children are born under the benevolence of the sun, and the sun card may indicate children born to a woman who is past her childbearing prime. I don't know if there's any women in your family that are going to be having kids that are past their childbearing prime. But that does make a lot of sense. So, it's pretty interesting. Very interesting reading. So yes, I'm very interested in this. This is pretty good. I'm going to do one more card, a couple more, and kind of elaborate on like the Nine of Swords. So that could possibly be, okay, Judgment. Alright, so here we have literally the sun burning up the sky, the dryness, the snake, the serpent of knowledge, basically dead from a sword, from enemies, mental entrapment. So once that's over with, which you will actually, from the Fool, you will emerge into this, but this will last not too long. It won't last forever. So through the Nine of Swords comes Judgment. That's when you become completely renewed. So you have a breakthrough coming, a spiritual revelation, an understanding of the natural order of things, natural law, magic, spiritual practices. So that's a very spiritual card. Being refreshed. These people are coming out completely refreshed, being called on. So it's a very, very good card, and especially paired with the Nine of Swords. So we can see that's not going to last. The bad is not going to last. Judgment, that is a good card. Okay, now as far as the devil, I kind of want to go into him a little bit more. Just kind of see. Alright, Ten of Swords. So, alright, this is the creepiest card in this deck. And this represents self. You have trapped yourself, literally, through mental. It's all mental right now. So the devil is representing the Ten of Swords. Well, it's in conjunction with the Ten of Swords. So basically, the sun can either nourish, or the sun can either burn you to death. So what's happening here is the sun is burning this person to death. So it represents mental anguish, depression, anxiety. It also represents being obsessive thoughts, compulsive thoughts, mania, lots of mental issues. So that just reassures me that the devil card is, in compliance with the Ten of Swords. So it's pretty, it's not bad, but it's good. So let these emotions out. Don't keep them in. Because if you do keep them in, you're only going to be chained more. It's going to get worse in our minds, and when we experience trauma. And this also represents trauma and PTSD. So that's what I get from the Nine of Swords too, and the Ten of Swords. So basically they are crisscrossed from each other. God, what was I going to say? In our minds, literally, right here with the card, the Ten of Swords and the Devil, when we experience trauma, we literally block it off. So there's a filing cabinet in our brains. So when we are being traumatized, when we are being verbally abused, mentally abused, physically abused, any kind of abuse, emotional manipulation, any of that, physical manipulation, trafficking, I mean, I'm not saying you're doing that or involved. Not at all. Unless you're going to traffic me to Ireland, I will be more than happy. Our mind creates a box that stores. So we have a box in our brain, like a filing cabinet that stores trauma. So it says trauma. It puts everything in there, and we shut it, and we don't let it out. So if you don't let those emotions out, it's going to be the worst possible thing that you could possibly do. So let the emotions out, let the tears flow, let the anger happen, let the frustration happen, break down if you have to. We're human. That's the only way that we can get through things, even if it's talking to somebody. So that could represent a form of therapy. That's a very good thing. I myself love therapy. It's really good for us. The Princess of Pentacles, all of her advice. Let's get a little more on her. Let's just see what her advice actually is. If I can find her. This book is about to just die. I've killed the book. Wait, Princess of Pentacles, okay. Alright, so the princess, so the princess exists in a beautiful landscape of rock formations, waterfalls, and flowers. She wears a pentacle on her gown. So the Princess of Pentacles is very much of the earth realm. Comfort, sensual pleasure, material wealth are some of the things that make her happy. So earth inclinations can bring about greed, but usually the princess will fulfill herself through down-to-earth plans followed by hard, practical work. So it's going to take a lot of work to get this mental block so you don't experience this one where everything just comes at you all at once. The box right here, I can kind of see the temple to the left. It's kind of telling me that that's the box in your brain. Our brains that keep the trauma, but it's broken, so everything came out, and it looks like everything came out of that little temple. So, alright, so because of her sincere involvement in labor, the princess is good at supervising others, able to give orders without being tyrannical or partial. She is not exceedingly proud, but since she is sensitive to the prestige of others, she is not likely to cause others to lose face. Corporate politics are to her an exasperating distraction from the job at hand. So concern with material wealth can make the Princess of Coins the ultimate capitalist or the ultimate communist. So both opposite sides of the same coin. So the system of access to material wealth is in her eyes. The determining factor in social health. It is, okay, so if she is the scholarly type, she will devote herself to economics, probably conservative, possibly progressive. She may have a deep commitment to fair use of land resources or to alleviation of hunger. On the other hand, she could have a deep commitment to preserving wealth for her class or family, or mainly for herself, regardless of moral or global considerations. So, the princess may be a sculptor, especially one who works with stone or metal, a potter, a smith, or a jeweler, or someone involved in the mineral fuels industries. So we have a lot going on here. She has a lot to say. So just be careful with your belongings, your money. You don't want to end up giving that all away. So, all right. Let's see. What did I want to get? I wanted to do more on one of these cards just to give you more insight. So we went over the star, which made a lot of sense. Let's see, your hopes. We went over that. We went over the opinions of others, which is very good. You're loved. You're very loved. And the sun is your final outcome card. Let's do a little more with the final outcome. So we have the Nine of Cups. All right, so that to me represents mental. So mental. Cups is mental, emotions. So I would say fulfillment emotionally, almost to the point of being spoiled by somebody in particular, maybe. But I do sense a feeling of like that like sigh of relief feeling when you finally get through all the crap and you come out on this side. You come out on the sun side. So the Nine of Cups, yes, definitely. Definitely emotional fulfillment, emotional balance. Almost completely balanced, not quite. A lot more balanced than the Nine of Swords. So overall, really, this is one amazing reading. Literally, this is one amazing reading for you. So, let me get a picture of this so I can send this to you. Oh, I just got your email, hubby. Wow, okay. It's pretty big. Alright, I got a picture. So. Alright. Pretty insightful. So. Alright. I will see you in just a sec. Wow, I've never done a tarot reading for this long. Whoops, sorry about me. Alright, give me 1 sec, guys. Hi. Hi, guys. I feel really short and really blurry. There we go. That actually exhausted me a little bit. So that was a really cool reading. That was really, wow. That was really informative. Just wow. That's a lot of information. That is a lot of information, so hopefully that does help. I don't usually do readings like this, but it just started to flow, so I couldn't shut up. It literally flows, so I just kept going. But yeah. I don't know what's going on. Mercury retrograde? What is going on, people? It's been crazy. Sleeping in late. Depressed. Blah. No, not depressed, just sad, but I don't know. And then spring pucking forward. Next week, this coming Sunday, that's gonna be wonderful. So, I don't know. But yeah, alright, so, Jasper, I hope you enjoy your reading. If not, we'll do it again. So, if you want a Ouija reading, I can do that for you too. And that's it. So, and yes, what you donated was more than enough. Plenty. So, you don't know how grateful I am. So I do hope this was a good reading for you. And just, be cautious of people. That's basically what the reading was about. Be cautious of people. Be cautious of your own mind. Don't fall into a depressing trap like a lot of us do. So, I don't know. I just sensed so much from your past. It was just crazy. But good. So much good is coming. So, you have that to look forward to. You have a lot to look forward to. So, who's the man in your life right now? Is there one? Or are you just checking him out still? Are you lurking? I kind of felt like there was a man, but I'm not 100% sure. Could be. Maybe not. Maybe. Let me know. I want to know. I want details. Leave out nothing. So. Alright, guys. Well, I will see you all tomorrow. Feed your ancestors. It's Monday, so I have to give mine some coffee. And, yeah. I love you all, and thank you guys for watching. I swear I had something else to say. I will be selling the Firewall of Protection oil. Wow. I did not realize how powerful that stuff actually is. It is a lifesaver. It's 1,000 times better than Peaceful Home oil. It's amazing. It is seriously amazing. So, alright guys, I'm done talking. I love you all with all my heart. All the way from Venus. This is too comfortable. All the way back down. Yeah, I can pretty good to see my fat chin or neck. Alright guys, I love you all. And Jasper, I love you, hubby. And I will message you here in just a second. So, alright guys, thank you for watching. And everybody have a great day.